What up? It's your boy Oshin. This is Oshin's View, #1 podcast in the world. You already know who I'm here with, little brother Devin Epps.
What's good?
And on the boards, as usual, Willie Negro doing what he do.
What's up?
Start off this episode because we didn't get a chance to touch on last episode.
Right.
The death of 25-year-old Shanquella Robinson. From the reports and everything, they just had a funeral the other day too.
Right.
Nice ceremony. They put a lot of money into it. Heard she was an entrepreneur, doing her thing, been in school, whatever. But let's get to the meat of what they said happened. She went on a trip, I want to say, to Mexico.
Yes.
With a group of friends, or at this point, assailants.
Right.
Because you don't know who did what. And
co-conspirators.
Exactly. And she had a all I know, let's just jump right to it. She was naked in her room, in the villa thing they had, and she had a fight, if that's what you want to call it, with one of the friends. Now I want to pause it right there because I'm hearing reports that this person was a transgender, and
from
my understanding of the fact that she's a transgender, we'll unpack that as well. But the thing about it is, so basically that was a man fighting a woman.
Basically.
And they tried to cover it up. She passed away. They left her body there in Mexico and told her parents that she got alcohol poisoning.
Correct.
But the video shows us something totally different. Now, on the surface, I'm not going to lie, she was fighting. She didn't fight back for whatever reason.
At all.
I'm not here to talk about that. She didn't fight back. She actually, the guy, the bitch-ass dude that was on the camera, on the phone or whatever, was like, fight back or something. And she said no. So
literally said no.
She literally said no. And it didn't look that vicious. Like, it just, I've seen fights before where people don't fight back. And most times, after a while, somebody's breaking it up one way or another. Because if it's a one-on-one, okay, we get it. But when somebody's not fighting back, these are the kind of things that could happen.
Exactly.
And so, because I know you have a little more information than me, and my thing is, this damn social media, they did that and posted it.
Right.
As if now that doesn't put you in it. That's the killer part to me, because this can't go untouched. This can't go untouched.
Yeah.
Like, people have to go to jail. People have to go to jail behind this, and it's going to be a lot of finger pointing. The person who actually committed the murder, the transgender, or whatever that is, they're going to take the blunt of a lot of things, but the guy that's like, fight back, you in it too.
Yeah, no,
like,
that's what
everybody's in it.
I honestly and truly feel like this is a situation where the blame is shared, because once that fight started and you saw that woman didn't want to fight whoever, man, woman, child, whatever that was that she was fighting, it's your responsibility to intervene in that, to stop that. What sickens me further is the fact that one of these friends was close to the family, somebody who had gone on trips with Shanquella's family as well, and came back and mourned with the family for about 4 days. And then the autopsy report came back, and he never came back to the house. So there's so much, just deep-seated, just dark shit here that we haven't fully understood, or we may never know the full details of what's going on.
It was a male best friend.
Yeah, that's the one who came. Yeah,
but I'm not trying to exclude him.
Yeah,
he wasn't there for the fight.
Right, he got there later.
He got there late.
Right.
Put this first off. That's in a roundabout way. That saved him. Him not being there.
Somewhat.
No, play this. There's a difference. He's going to get killed on the moral side of things.
Exactly.
But
For not
under
speaking
the
up.
law,
Right. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Put this, and I'm not trying to, absolve him from anything, but it's one of those. He wasn't there. I don't even think he was in Mexico at the time.
Okay. So with that being said, though, and I'm a father to a daughter, so these things, cross my mind. Lord forbid, I've dealt with, children being fake friends to my daughter already. So, these kind of things, hit near and dear, to my heart. So I'm just imagining, that once he got there, okay, maybe you didn't have anything to do with this girl getting beat up. But once you got there and you found out what the situation was, and you came back with that lie just like they did,
okay,
then you were in the same exact boat as everybody else. You're complicit.
Hold up. So she went on a trip with these people.
Correct.
And allegedly they beat her to death.
Right. Well, at least one person on camera was seen beating this woman. Yes.
And then there was a dude that was videotaping this.
Yes. Saying, fight back, Shanquella. Do something. Fight back.
So she was fighting a transgender woman. Like,
yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like
that's wild.
To use the term fight is like, I don't even know. It wasn't a fight. This girl was literally getting beat up with her hands on her sides. And when Shanquella did not swing back, the girl slung her onto the ground. Shanquella never put her hands up in any sort of fighting motion, not to guard, not to block, not to physically attack her back.
See, because honestly, I be trying not to watch this stuff.
Yeah, and I try to stay away from it as well. I knew we were going to talk about it, so I did for this one thing go out and actually watch the video, because once I heard the accusation that it was a transgender, I wanted to see the video for myself to see if I could kind of differentiate anything on that. So
then her best friend,
male best friend, yes,
finds out what happens, and then went to mourn with the family and just went along with the lie.
He came back to town and went directly to spend time with the family. I heard the mother did an interview. I'm not sure under what media outlet she did this interview with, but out of her own mouth, that the male best friend who had gone on trips with Shanquella's family, they were very familiar with this man. He was the male best friend. Mm-hmm. He came home from the trip and said, I guess he went with the story of Shanquella was alcohol. She had alcohol poisoning.
Right.
When the autopsy finally came back.
Right.
After being with them for 4 days straight, when he knew that they knew the autopsy, he never came back to the house.
So,
they haven't heard from him since.
So my question is, as the male best friend, who is he putting hands on first?
Right.
Like, because it's just a whole lot of sucker shit going on.
Too much for me.
First of all, the boy that's holding the camera, watching her get beat up. Even if she's not fighting back, the question should be the comment should be like, all right, chill. This is not a fight.
That's it.
This is not a fight. But you shouldn't be recording in the first place. Why? I'm with O. They should all go to jail.
First off, everybody should go to jail. And this, I've been sitting there while y'all been talking about it, just right there. So things were going through my mind. I'm not going to blame the victim, not at all.
No,
it's no but the whole thing is this whole female and male best friend thing and all that. Like, I don't know if these dudes are suckers nowadays.
Right.
You're a man. When you're the man, you have to control the situation. First off, what are we fighting for?
Right.
If you're my friend, we're not. It ain't happening.
But like,
it ain't happening.
Yeah. But to me, with that, it's still, to me, when I see a camera out and we're with a group of friends, that seems premeditated to me. That's like, I'm gonna go beat this Shanquella bitch up. Yeah. Record this for me. That's how that feels to me. All of this feels premeditated. I don't like it. The more I talk about it, the more it upsets me, because why are they not already in jail?
Yeah.
There's a dead body that was beaten that way. This girl was beaten. And everybody that came home on that trip, that came home with that story, needs to be in jail.
The thing about it is, the reason why I don't think they're in jail yet, honestly, is because I think they're getting all their ducks in a row.
Yeah.
It's one of those.
FBI, once the FBI picks it up, right.
They're like this. Then this is what I'm hoping. I'm hoping FBI's like, first off, because they've already had their meetings. Look here, everybody's going to jail.
Right.
We just have to make sure we know what we're putting, who's getting what, and how, because they're all, put this, all the finger pointing is about to come out.
Yeah.
See, people talk all this, don't snitch, don't this. Trust me, when you think of your life and somebody says you're going to spend the next 40 years behind bars.
40 years.
And you looking like, please, I'm 46. I ain't got 40 in me.
Right.
I ain't got 5. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I'm looking like,
I got one
now,
for you, nigga.
I got, put this, for my family, wife, son, I got life.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
that's
You know
where
what I'm
I'm
saying?
at. That's where
Same
I'm at.
thing. That's
where
it.
I'm at is, I have a daughter. I would probably be going to jail. This is a fact. Like,
Man, I don't know anywhere other way
whoever's
around it,
holding
bro.
the camera
Right.
and whoever hit my baby,
Right.
hey man, they gotta go.
And I'm gonna play it smooth as shit. Like, I just want to know what my daughter, what was her mind state before. Please come see me. I had to listen there.
Hey, man.
I just want to talk to you, brother. I want to know what happened. Please come
Like,
visit me.
we are not
Yeah,
mad
right,
at you
right,
at all.
Right. Non-violence,
Matter of
non-violence.
fact,
Come on over.
Matter of fact, let's just everybody just come over to the house.
Yeah, just everybody come on.
Everybody just come over to the house.
I just want to know I just want to know my baby's last moments.
So you
come on
niggas,
over.
No way them niggas coming over to that crib,
He
yo.
on his
No
fucking
way.
what you call it? Them damn movies. What you call it? Everybody get in the house and everybody be like this. Why we talk? Where's he at? Oh, he's in the basement.
In the basement. Yeah,
Hey, you know, you
yo.
just see this nigga with some tape.
Yeah,
on.
right. Just right.
Like everybody just sit down.
Martin and New Jack.
This
Yeah. Lay.
But
Hey yo.
yeah, no, like I said, but no, we're not trying to make light of
No,
the
no, of course
situation,
not, of course
at
not,
all,
of course
or whatever. That's just you have fathers, you know what I'm saying? Well, fathers, concerned fathers, that's like, yo, this kind of hurt. Like sometimes jail is not the answer. You know what I'm saying? Like that. And people like to say things like, well, it won't bring the person back. You're right. You're right. You're absolutely right. But it'll make me feel this much better knowing I did what I was supposed to do and whatever. And people, forgiveness. I'm not God. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I don't have that kind of bone in me. Nah. You know what I'm saying? Not like that. But and she was 25 years old. And I'm looking like
Rest in peace.
The crazy rest in peace, definitely. But it's crazy because it looked like she was making money. She had a whole life out of her, traveling, doing stuff. And this is how you go out because you around people that quietly was just jealous of you or envious. Because my thing is this. I'm pretty sure there's somebody, because these troll motherfuckers be out here, well, we don't know what she did to them. Seriously. You know what I'm saying? But
I don't care what she did.
That's true.
That's
But
crazy.
That's what social media is. That's what they do. They go and find a way to shame and blame the victim and stuff like that. And I'm like, yo, that's corny. So, rest in peace to her. So, I'm up here. I was talking to a friend of mine the other day, and we were talking about, she was saying that she's no longer for monogamy. She's like, monogamy doesn't work for her. Mm-hmm. And on its surface, somebody can be like, well, I guess she's a freak. She just want to be out there.
Another whore enters the chat.
She what you call it, she's for the streets and everything. But I know her. That's not the case.
Okay. All right.
This is a woman. She's been married before, or whatever, and pretty much without putting everything out there, I think her husband did her dirty and things like that. And I'm pretty sure somebody's playing the violins right now, like, oh, same story,
right.
third. But she said something that was interesting. She was like, I don't believe that we all need to be with just one person, but she was like, I give you respect, you give me respect, and we go off our way. So I started thinking because the whole conversation kind of started off because we were like, she was like, what do men want? And I know a lot of women always ask that.
Right.
And, we try to explain to them 1,000 times the minimal things that men want or whatever. But then I kind of took a step back myself and was like, what is it we really want? And I said, well, I know it's one thing that I feel women drop the ball at a lot. Is making a man feel wanted. To me, that's one of the things where women kind of overplay it because it's one of those, they'll make comments like, I'm going to let a man be a man. That's not feeling wanted still.
Nah,
that's not still feeling wanted. Like, men want to feel needed and wanted like that. However, now for different men, it's going to come across totally different.
Right.
So you have to know your man and know, the things he's into and what makes him feel good. But I think a lot of times women make a mistake because they put us all in the same grouping and say, well, I'm just going to do this and he should be happy with that. And I don't want to go too far off the topic, but I was reading something earlier and ladies always use these kind of comments like, oh, a lot of you guys are acting like girls, acting like women. And every time, I'm gonna say it like this, I feel a certain way whenever I hear a woman say a guy's acting like a woman, especially if it's emotions involved.
Right.
Because women have this whole thing that they have a monopoly on emotions.
Right.
It's a fact.
Now, granted, how the emotions play out, I do believe there's a certain difference between the men and women and how you do it. We're not going to be up here screaming and yelling and stuff like that. But emotions are still emotions. Now, ours may look different from yours, but you can't kill me because I'm expressing to you that I feel a way. You see what I'm saying, like that? And I think that all rounds about of we talking about how women actually more so put us more in the box than we do to them. And I think that's a lot of the issues right there. This is why there's so many single women out here and they're trying to figure out, well, the guys ain't stepping it up. No, there are a lot of guys that aren't stepping it up. But all of y'all aren't doing your homework either.
But let's take a step back. Let's unpack this.
Go ahead, that's one
Okay.
That this men want to feel wanted. I always say it's way better in a relationship to be wanted than needed. Because when you need it, that becomes a burden.
Yep.
You know what I mean? If somebody needs you, that's a burden. All right, I have to do this. They dependent on me. I need. But when you want it, they just kind of there because they want to be. Right. You know what I mean? And that feels good to be around somebody who just absolutely just is there because they want to be around you. Not because they need you to pay a bill, not because they need you for protection, not because they need you for whatever reason they need you for. Right. Just because they kind of want to be there. They kind of want to be around. And like you said, how you make somebody feel wanted it kind of varies. You know what I mean? Some men like affection. You know what I mean? Some men like to be touched, rubbed, hugged, and be affectionate. You know what I mean? Some men just like to be complimented. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, hey man, you look nice today. You look handsome in that, t-shirt. It's fitting right. You know what I mean? We like them compliments too.
Right.
Women. Yo, men put on stuff and be like, yo, I wonder how I look in this. You know what I mean?
Right.
But men, we kind of act like men. We don't really say it all the time. You know what I mean? Yo, hey, babe, how do you think this make me look fat? Like, niggas don't say shit like that. You know what I mean?
But the problem, the thing with that is this, though. The thing with that is this. If you don't say it, and it works for women too, you don't say it, you only realize your woman or your man didn't say it once somebody else said it.
Yeah.
And this is where the ripple effect starts to come into play. Because the guy throws on whatever, and the girlfriend or the wife or the whoever is just kind of like, but then they go outside, 4 or 5, and especially if it's a good-looking one, like you look real handsome, something like damn. And then you start having a conversation, and it's looking like, damn, you didn't go there with that one.
Right.
And like I said, I'm trying to be fair because we don't have another woman here. I'm trying to be fair. Right. Men definitely will take advantage, take for granted a woman, and just be like, oh, you cool. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Shoes always look nice.
Yeah, right. I've seen her dress 7 times already. Yeah. Right.
Like that. Like, no. Like, it has to be a two-way street. But the thing about it, I just think so many times in relationships, period, it's a lot of, I always say every question has an answer. Whether it's right or wrong, it's an answer nonetheless. And my thing is this. We kind of say, I try to stay away from cliche type of relationships and answers. Like, yo, this should be 50-50. It's a two-way street. You know what I'm saying? Your dog might bark and it might yell. Like, what? I don't know. But what you call it?
The third one was crazy.
I'll be trying to get my Shannon dog. I try to squeeze it in or whatever.
He has real quotes, though. You just be making shit up on the fly.
Yo, the dog master thing is a real thing.
All right, okay.
So I'm just saying, like, Corey Holcomb.
Okay.
He was talking about how what did he say? He said no man can protect a woman that she does
that he doesn't have authority over. Yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
No man can control a woman that he doesn't have authority over.
Can protect
Can
the
protect the woman.
Can protect the woman that he doesn't have authority over. There's truth to that. I think I have an issue with the word authority because it sounds real controlling. It gives off the vibe of, bitch, you do what I say or else, it's like that. Even though I don't know, Corey Holcomb is wild. He could mean it that way or not. But let's strip the messenger from it. Just listen to the message.
Right.
I don't have a problem with the word. Though. I don't have a problem with the word
authority part.
No, because authority
is authority.
It's just authority. It doesn't mean that you are that you control the situation. It just means that you are in charge. You're the leader right now. You see what I'm saying? Like, you have the authority over things. Like, it doesn't mean that,
especially when it comes to protection, though, right? Yeah.
Yes. If I have to protect you, then how can I protect you if I don't have authority?
So we're only talking. So this protection that we're talking about, we're only talking about physical threats.
No, we talking about. So in a relationship, right? I think, in my opinion, this is a man's job to protect you and this thing called the family. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
So when things go wrong, for example, I'll tell you, I always use the analogy like this. If somebody come in your house and it's dirty, they gonna look at your wife like, what the fuck is going on?
Right.
But if you lose that house, they gonna look at you like, hey, man, what the fuck are you doing? It don't matter who's the breadwinner. It don't matter who brings in the most money. It's your job to maintain it. Right. It's your job to protect it. You see what I'm saying? Just like physically, it's your job to make sure everything is protected. That don't mean you got to beat everybody up, but that means when the shit hit the fan, hey, we got to move this way. You got to go this way. You got to go left. You got to go left. Let's go. And she got to move.
Right.
Like, she can't just be questioning everything. Like, no, I think we should do this. That's what he was talking about. When y'all get in the jam, you know what I mean? Somebody barking and going crazy in the street, and you see it. You see what's going to happen. You got to have authority. You got to say, hey, babe, we got to go now. And she got to go. She can't be like, just like, nah.
Well, what's going on?
Nah,
why can't we stay here? What's the problem? Why we gotta get up now?
But that's what I'm talking about. Like, she can't just be like, she can't be barking and going, because that can get y'all even deeper into it. You see what I'm saying? So when he say authority, hey, as a man, you kind of got to lead that situation. You got to kind of be like, hey, listen, this is what we doing right now. Let's go.
Now, when things like that happen, I don't think that you don't have authority over a situation. You don't lose authority over a situation when a situation happens. Because if your woman is still talking like that when you say something, you've never had that quote-unquote authority over during a relationship.
Right.
A friend of mine used to always say, your woman has to be, you have to be your woman's hero. And he used to say that a lot. And I used to be like, I kind of had an idea what he was talking about, but then when Will was talking about the authority and stuff like that, I think all that is under the same umbrella because women aren't talking back. Like, they're not just with this whole, well, what's the problem? This, that, and the third. Because I've been in situations before where something happened. I don't even want to get too deep into it. Something happened. I told her, I gave her the key. I said, just drive home. I will meet you there. Because the whole thing was, I knew what I was about to do, and I needed her to leave.
Right.
Because I couldn't do what I was about to do with full whatever, knowing you might still be in harm's way.
Right.
So I need you to leave. Once I know you're gone,
I can do what I got to do.
I'm fine.
Right.
I'm fine.
Because you had to protect her.
Had to protect what's going on. So I get that. But the whole thing was this. It wasn't no back talk.
Right.
It wasn't this, that, and the third. It wasn't because I was Superman. I'm this, that, and the third. But to an extent, you have to be the Superman in your relationship. Now, the problem I have with the Superman moniker is this. It's dudes that have to go above and beyond all the time. You don't have to always... You put this... You don't have to prove to your woman. Pretty much, you should not be doing this every night.
Right.
It should not be.
Every night I got to prove my love.
It shouldn't have to be that way because situation will come or not, and real women understand just what it is, just the way you carry yourself.
Right.
Just the way you carry yourself. One of my favorite scenes. Y'all ever seen that movie Hoodlum?
Yeah.
Yes.
Remember the scene with the ice cream?
Yeah.
With the ice cream?
Okay.
Yo, it was so subtle what he did in the scene. We all know what he said and stuff like that. That's not the part that was my best part of the scene. The best part of the scene is when Lawrence Fishburne character Bumpy told Francine, Vanessa Williams, he was like, go with Whispers. So Whispers, grabbed the arm. He didn't grab her arm, he helped her up.
Escorted her out.
Escorted her, thank you. Escorted her out. They get by the door. Bumpy's looking at the guy. She just says, Bumpy, and the way the camera angle did it, you just saw his eyes. He didn't move his head. He just curved his eyes to look at her. She just left. I was like, that's one of those, I said what I said.
Right.
I'm not going to yell.
Right.
He didn't say, I done told you. It was just, you heard me.
You're right.
And then she no type of, she saw the eyes cut to her. Whispers was like, let's just go. It'll be all right. He said, it'll be all right. Just go. And that's it. And I was like, that's the kind of authority you're talking about. But the whole thing is this. Women, they stick their chests out with this whole independence thing. And that's great. I don't know why I got to keep saying that to the front. Like, ladies, we give y'all credit. We know y'all out here doing y'all thing and stuff. But at the same time, I hate to let the man be the man. I don't need no chick letting me be nothing. First of all, you can't let me do nothing. You can't let me be no man. That's the whole thing. I already am, so you don't have to let me. You don't have to let me. Now, the whole thing is this. I've seen crazy relationships where women are kind of leading up the charge. You can lead up the charge financially. And I would say like this. Let me throw myself on the couch, you know what I'm saying, so to speak. I don't know any chick that I've really dealt with, like seriously, that didn't make more money than me. I'm just gonna be honest. Like,
Hey,
I'm just
they're getting it out here. They're getting it.
I don't know any woman that I've really dealt with, like on a serious level, that didn't make more money than me. And guess what? Whenever it was time to pay the bill, I done paid the bill a few times.
Right.
But a few times, that credit card got slipped under the table and given to me. Right. Not because I asked her to do it.
Exactly.
She understood. She slid it underneath. You know what I'm saying? Like that. I'm like, now granted, it's her money. Right, so I'm like this. I might be like, the tip come. I'm like, yeah, brother, you did a good job today. I'm thinking about giving you $20.
That's $20. Right. Well, maybe you did a $15 job.
I still got a check.
He said, how about 25? You got a 20 type nigga right here.
Yo, bill was $200. Hey, man, you did a good job.
I still got a check. It's somebody I can't OD. I got to give it
15, brother. 15.
I got to give it a heads up.
Right.
But I'm saying all that to say, it's like, yo, this, because I like when we have our open talks. Let me ask y'all this.
All right.
Have y'all ever been intimidated, so to speak, and sometimes, this is take a little truth, with a person you're dealing with, their ex, somebody they used to deal with? I know I have. I'm going to let y'all think about it, but I know I have. I've dealt with somebody. She dealt with a guy who was in the industry, the music industry, did well, everything else, and he was really popping at that time. And I think I knew she knew financially it wasn't equal between us at all.
Well, you know who it is? I'm about to guess.
No.
I'm about to start guessing.
I'm never going to say the name on camera.
New York rapper? Is he a New York rapper?
Yes, but I'm never going to say the name on camera.
All right, I'll experiment as we talk. Go ahead.
So
I'll throw some names out there. We'll talk.
So I'm looking like, okay, I knew it wasn't that, but I knew she liked me.
Okay. Fat Joe?
No. So,
Continue.
So I knew she liked me, but at the same time, I kind of was like, Dad, it was me trying to impress her instead of kind of just being more so staying in my wage.
Right.
Because she wasn't really asking for no money. Not ever. She really wasn't asking.
I mean, she's getting money from Havoc. Why would she, right?
Like that. So, she was going. This thing going against forever or whatever. He's going against every rapper in New York. So, I was just like, and I think because of that intimidation, I didn't ruin it. Excuse me, but I was giving off a funky vibe. You know what I'm saying? Like, I came from being confident a certain way, and then I found out who it was, and I knew, and I just was like, oh man. Like,
I mean, Mano is an intimidating guy, so I mean, I've seen him smack people. Like, I've seen him. He came down here, he smacked the club promoter. So I mean, I understand. Mano is pretty tough.
No, shit. No, not at all.
All right. Okay.
I don't know, man. To answer your question, I've never been intimidated by somebody's ex.
I don't mean by them like physically.
No. What I'm talking about, like, even. Listen, man. Like I told you, I ain't get money till later in my life. I always been broke. So I just assumed that I just look better than all these niggas. I'm just gonna be real.
There you go.
I'm just gonna be real.
There you go.
Like, they may have money, but I cut hair and my motherfucking shape up is crazy. I don't know what to tell you, yo. That's just real, yo.
Like, really, Rich, just unabashed arrogance. Like, I don't care who this nigga is. Like, he's not better than me. Or go be with that nigga. Like, I don't. Yeah, like, I really.
I just assume that it's a reason.
Right. You're here. You're here for a reason.
Here.
Right.
You know what I mean?
And
it must be arrogance because I just assumed that. Yeah. It's a reason that you mess with me.
And I will, ignorance is bliss. I also, Mario Winans don't want to know. I don't want to know. And even if I stumble upon it, I'm going to push it to the back. I'm going to compartmentalize that shit like immediately. I don't need to hear nothing about that nigga because then I'm going, comparison is your worst enemy.
Yeah.
And what both y'all said is absolutely true. And I ain't gonna lie, I got caught up with who it was.
Right.
I forgot who I was, but it was like, are you slumming it? And I think subconsciously how I was dealing with her prior to was, and I think she stopped kind of dealing with me because who I was before I found out who it was.
Right.
She clearly saw the difference after that. And like I said, this is not a story of a W. It's not an L either, but it's just kind of like it was a learn. It definitely was a learning experience.
I wouldn't talk about losing a Spliff Star either.
You know what I'm saying?
I wouldn't. Busta Rhymes hype man. I'm not losing to that nigga. I don't talk about Spliff Star ever.
Hey, yo,
that's crazy. About Spliff. Don't talk about Spliff around me.
So, no, I definitely.
God. It wasn't Busta, was it?
No.
All right. That's crazy.
Not at all. Not at all.
Rizza Jizza, inspected that? No.
Nobody from Staten Island.
Nobody from Staten Island. You can't lose to a Staten Island nigga either. I don't care where you know.
Yo, you could lose the meth.
You can lose the meth. Okay.
You could lose the meth.
But that's like the Staten Island nigga though. Like that's the Staten Island nigga.
I don't know.
Chicks used to talk about meth around me and be on some old. It's just something about them. And I remember I told a bitch one time. I gotta stop saying bitch. Yeah, right. I looked at the last episode. I used the word bitch a lot. Excuse me. So I told this chick before. I was like, yo. I said, she was like, how you think Method Man look? I was like, first off, I shouldn't even answer it, but I was like, well, I get it. He's ruggedly handsome. Yo, I didn't know what else to say.
Didn't know what else to say. Don't say anything if you're going to say that. Don't say that.
Ruggedly handsome.
You didn't know what to say. You knew what not to say, nigga. You should have said that shit. Ruggedly handsome.
So ruggedly, though.
Such a 90s ass word here. Ruggedly. Think about rugged warehouse.
Well, let's say, he's a roughneck.
No, that's worse. No, I'm not calling. I ain't calling a nigga a roughneck. I'm like, yo.
It's a roughneck.
We have to close the show with that song. We gotta find it. Please just find it. Hey, yo. Nah. A roughneck?
Oh, God.
Stop it.
Oh.
Ruggedly handsome.
I didn't know what else to say. This was Method Man. This was Army Jacket Method. One side of the hair braided, other spot out. Jesus. I used to be like, okay, whatever. And it was like, cause my thing was this. I guess my reason for saying ruggedly handsome is because it was like 5 chicks there. I was going to lose the hate battle. I was going to lose the hating battle if I hated on him. Like, yo, he ain't all that. You ain't. So I just was like, let's try to just skip past this. Yeah. How does he look? Yeah, ruggedly handsome. If that's a thing, or whatever.
I'd have lost that. I would have hated. I ain't gonna lie.
Oh,
I'd have said I wouldn't have hated, but I'd have said something crazy like, "Yo, that nigga don't look better than me."
Yeah, right.
You know what I mean? Even though at 50, this nigga's in impeccable shape.
So he ain't got nothing else to do. He ain't dropping no albums. He's doing.
That nigga is acting his ass off, yo.
No, I'm not saying he's not doing too much rapping. So he's doing that. We get it.
Yeah.
What I'm saying is this. You know, you can have a. First off, hold on. I'm not going to breeze past that. I've been noticing your tone. Every time it comes to the looks, that's because you got that light skin shit with you. Y'all niggas feel like y'all better than everybody anyway. I feel like y'all better than everybody anyway. Like, I've been noticing that. Like, the tone has always been, well, I don't know about you niggas. You damn darkies over here doing that. And it's always like, yo, I know I look better. Put like this. Let's put the cards on the tables right now.
All right.
When you walk into a club, I'm asking both y'all. For me, I'll set it off. When I walk into any spot, I ain't gonna lie. I feel I'm top 7 in any spot. I feel I'm top 7.
Damn, that's high.
That's all.
That's a high number. Like I'm gonna go. How many people in the spot?
Don't matter.
Club level.
Club level.
Club level.
Definitely in the top 20. If we talking about face, now it's a couple niggas in there with pectorials and abdominals that's going crazy out here.
Right.
But if we talking about face, I'm definitely in the top 20. And but when
I'm talking about just who you are being.
oh, we gonna talk about personality. That might bump me up to at least 15.
Yeah, right. That's what I'm saying. I'm top 10 if we go total package.
Yo.
Top 10. Fuck
Yo,
out
niggas
here.
is
Fuck out
arrogant.
here.
Yo, niggas is wild.
Barring athletes and actors being in the club at the same time.
Yeah.
Top
That's
10 in
a
that bitch.
fact.
If we go just regular niggas, I'm top 10.
Man,
I'm top 10.
Regular niggas, I think I'm top
nigga,
5.
don't
top
let me
5.
get some real money. I'm, you know,
Right,
I'm
nigga,
be top 2 and not 2.
Not 2, nigga. Nigga, I'm already.
But nah, the real reason is not because I'm light skinned. If I'm dealing with, if I'm dealing with a chick in real life, I be feeling like they chose me. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
So like, and I feel like I'm the type of nigga that, you know, if chicks choose me, I'm they type. You know what I mean? I'm not tall. You know what I mean? I'm light skinned. It's some chicks that like tall, dark dudes. You know what I mean? Like so if they chose me, I guess, you know, I'm kind of what they like. You know what I mean? So I, you know, and I'm not a ugly nigga. I know that. You know what I mean? So I be really feeling like, all right, you know, you chose me for a reason. You know what I mean? Same reason I chose you.
So what do you think? What do you think the reason women are attracted to you?
Man, you gonna have me in here beeping my own horn, nigga? I don't know. It's just it's the whole package. Like I said, I mean, I don't.
You whack. You twist.
No, I mean it's just it comes down to kind of what Will said. Like you're obviously here for a reason. Like I mean I don't, you know, and I'm not fucking loaded, so I know you're not, bitch. You're not using me. It ain't much to use, bitch. But it's like if I know you're here and you can read a vibe. If you can't read a vibe at this point in your life, then you lost. So I know what wants me and what doesn't. I know what's for me and what's not for me. And I tend to shade towards those areas. That's what I'm gonna be. I'm gonna be where I'm wanted.
Yeah, and the reality is, the real reality is that Oshin is really being humble right now.
As fuck.
Like he's being real humble.
For real.
This nigga, we ain't gonna talk about the college days.
No, we're not.
The college days, Oshin.
Because they don't know his middle name. You know what his middle name is, right? So his middle name? Bitches. Middle name bitches. His middle name, but it's retired. It's like ex-bitches now. He's married, but it's still bitches.
Yo, yeah. Yo, he gonna sit here and act like, you know, I just think I'm all right. You know, I'm top 5 or whatever. Nigga, I've witnessed you work a room.
Right.
And not a small room, a big room. And I've seen, you know, the end of the night, you know, you come by yourself and you don't leave by yourself.
Don't leave by yourself. Right.
I've witnessed that. So we not going to just be here and have us looking like the arrogant light skins
right.
here.
Like this nigga nicknamed not Boris Kojo Diddy Combs or some shit. Like, fuck out of here. Like, hey, please, rewind the tapes. We gonna find other tapes. Who this nigga really is.
Sean Lance Kojo.
There it is. I knew she was around somewhere.
Sean Lance Kojo. I think because I give off a certain mystique. You know what I'm saying? Tell you.
Yeah.
Certain words.
The mask is off, ladies and
Yo,
gentlemen. Please zoom in on this shit.
It's a certain mystique, and mixed with a hint of entitlement. like
You supposed to be fucking with me.
yeah, no, I really believe that in my head. Like, yo, like, I'm looking like, if a chick be like, yo, you know, you really not my type, I'm like, all right, fine, cool, but who is? Because
if it ain't me.
Like, how far down the totem pole you trying to go? Or whatever.
You give this nigga, you told the motherfucker, oop, he is going to dunk that bitch, He is not playing.
There you go.
Yo, I don't know what's going on with these Virginia cats, but Chris Brown and Trey Songz in hot water again, but not so much Chris Brown.
Okay.
Chris Brown was supposed to do Michael Jackson tribute in the AMAs.
Right.
And the execs are saying that they reconsidered having a domestic abuser honoring an alleged child molester.
Ain't that some shit, right?
This is Michael Jackson you talk about.
Right.
Late, great Michael Jackson that's no longer here. You can make all the videos you want about him, all the other things. Come on, he's not here. My thing is this. How people always talk about you going to have to pay for your sins and this, that, and the third. How do we know he's not at this point? And I'm not trying to get deep on that. What I'm just trying to say is this. He's gone. He's gone now. All the other demons that are supposed to be exorcised or whatever, let him deal with whatever he's dealing with right now. How that works. That has nothing to do with us, but he's still in the living form. It's Michael Jackson, one of the greatest performers, if not the greatest performance ever. And this is Chris Brown, who has had some hiccups, yes, in his career. That situation with Rihanna, I'm sorry, it had connotations of his career kind of boosted. Some would say it boosted after that.
What, his career?
Yeah.
No, sir.
No, I took a major hit.
Took a hit?
Major hit.
Yes.
Major hit.
Yes.
To me, all right, but this is what I mean by boosted. To me, Chris Brown was always still, yo, anybody has a seen her.
Yes.
Clean cut boy, Tidewater, Virginia. I think that's where he's from or whatever. He was that. And then he had other songs then. And as crazy as this sounds, but there's no way to get around it, that kind of turned him into bad boy. You know what I'm saying? Chris Brown. This is when he come back with the gold hair, just Simon Phoenix from Demolition Man.
Golden Lord.
What I'm saying, the Baby Lords, whatever. My thing was, that's the boost I was talking about. Yes, he took a hit in the
it pushed him into maturity. Is what you're saying.
It did, but his trajectory was like Beyonce.
Yes.
Like his trajectory was Rihanna.
I will say this.
You know what I mean?
And I will, and it'll be a hill that I die on. I honestly and truly, if Chris Brown does not get into that situation with Rihanna, Jason Derulo does not exist.
Yo.
What?
Jason Derulo only exists because Chris Brown got in trouble. I feel like all that pop, that soft, corny, like, R&B athletic black man dance shit that they give Jason Derulo, that is all supposed to be funneled through Chris Brown. That was all of his pop money. That's all the pop stardom. But when Chris Brown was not marketable to white America anymore, they gave that shit to Jason Derulo.
Yeah, I think that his trajectory was crazy.
Yeah.
Like it was outrageous. It was his trajectory was like Taylor Swift level. Like he was on that road.
There is no male equivalent to what Chris Brown could have been.
Right.
Like it's like clean cut Bobby Brown. It's like it's Michael Jackson with a deep voice. It's Prince without all the weird sexual shit. Like Chris Brown's potential was like infinite.
Yeah, but that's where he was headed.
Yeah.
Like that's where he was headed. And then he kind of had to rebrand himself.
Yeah.
And I will say this. It gave him the opportunity to control his career because he was kind of outcast. So he get to make deuces. He get to make songs like that without the label jumping in and saying, hey, no, you can't make that.
You can't do that.
You know what I mean? You got to make this clean. You got to make yo. You know what I mean? So I'm just saying. Like that. That's where his career was headed. So, and even now, I don't think Chris Brown gets the recognition or the respect he deserves as an artist because of that.
Well, clearly, with this whole domestic, they say it as if he has a case pending right now or something like that. And this is the part that I have an issue with the AMAs. But okay, so when did y'all decide that he shouldn't go on? Because y'all the ones that asked him to be in it.
100%.
Like, so I'm a little confused because does he have a new case?
No,
Did he just do something else? So I'm looking like, how do you? No, that goes back to what Will, because I want you to explain it. But this goes back to what Will said a few episodes ago when we were talking about how Young Thug and them, they were turning that corner, trying to be who they are in life now, but they got pulled back in for some old stuff. So I'm looking like, okay, you call up his peoples and say, look here, we want Chris to do the Michael Jackson tribute. He has no new cases. Nothing's going on. So what happened in that week or so?
Who made that call?
Who made the call to say you let this domestic abuser represent this?
And that's not even.
And then you put alleged child molester.
Right, but that's my problem. That's my problem.
Go ahead.
My problem is one. How long is it long enough to punish somebody for a discretion that they made when they were a teenager?
Right.
You know what I mean? Yes. He had some domestic violence. He admitted to it. He did some jail time for it. He did some community service for it. He paid his debt to society. Correct. You know what I mean? And now it's years later. So you still punishing him for something he did when he was 18, 19 years old? And then you really put alleged on there. So my thing is, how do we get to persecute people for things that they've been accused of,
right,
but not found guilty of?
So the official statement from the American Awards producer Dick Clark Productions said in a statement to Puck News that the live performances change all the time. It's the nature of the business. Unfortunately, this aspect of the AMAs didn't work out because, through no fault of Chris Brown, we couldn't agree on the performance. Bullshit.
We couldn't agree on the performance.
He was about to do Thriller.
Right.
Yo,
what do they want to do?
If you check my IG, I posted the performance, the practice performance of the. It's about 5 minutes long.
Yeah.
Of the actual dance scene that he was going to do.
Yes, sir.
Phenomenal.
He was killing it.
Phenomenal.
He was tearing
Phenomenal.
it up. It was going to be amazing.
That's what he does. That's what he does. Yeah, and the whole thing is this. My thing is, this is what I don't like about that as well. If you're gonna like this, if you want to roast somebody, if you want to put them on a fire, if you want to put them under scrutiny, don't hide. Don't throw that whole the alleged child molester. He's dead now. Y'all brought it up, so I would respect it more if you just say, "Yo, we think you're a child molester. We don't care if you're dead, this, that, and the third." But no, you're still trying to be PC, and the man's been gone now for what? 9? No, longer than that. Mike been going out for about 12 or 13 years or whatever.
Because in America, supposedly you innocent until proven guilty. Therefore, if we going by that, he's not a child molester because he hasn't been proven guilty.
I said it never has been.
Anybody.
Yeah, if we're going to do it that way, he's never has been. So it shouldn't be brought up, right?
He's never been convicted of molesting anybody.
Facts.
You know what I mean?
Those are facts.
I mean, this is a fact. So. And he's probably the most prolific music entertainer ever.
There ever was.
You know what I mean? So if this is the American music, whatever, you have to pay tribute, and it's to Thriller.
40th anniversary.
Right.
One of the greatest albums of all time.
So did they take the performance out, or did they take Chris Brown's tribute to him out?
My thing is, does it matter?
Right, because if
you're gonna do a Michael Jackson tribute,
you gotta bring him. Right,
it has to be Chris Brown.
It can't be anybody else.
Nobody else can do it.
Was Usher's was this number given out? Did they?
No, we don't need Usher there.
We don't need Usher.
Neo there.
I'm gonna tell you why I was cool with Chris Brown doing it, because he has Usher on the dance tip. Even though I'm an Usher guy.
Yeah. Right.
And I believe Usher is one of the R&B kings as well.
Yes,
100%. You know, Chris Rock. I said Chris Rock. They might as well get Chris Rock. But let's call it Chris Brown. You know what I'm saying? Chris Brown. You know he's more current. He gets it in. I give him that. He gets it in. So
just based on just Michael Jackson, Chris Brown. Like he turns into Michael Jackson when he does Michael Jackson.
It's like, and it might be shit. might be better.
No,
That's what I'm saying.
I
Dance
saw-
wise?
I saw his Thriller. Well,
Dance wise?
No, I'm not.
Dance wise?
Maybe it could be dance wise. What I'm saying is this: I saw his last rendition of Thriller. It was cool, but that's here nor there.
Right.
But it was here nor there. No, and I'm not even. I'm not
it's
even
just
hating
Mike.
on him.
It's just
I'm
Mike.
not even hating on him. It's just I saw it. I was like, put this, and I think the problem for me was he couldn't sing and do the dance.
Right. That's the thing. That's the thing.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yes.
He was running out of breath, like, and that's why I was like,
But he's not. But he wasn't. But he wasn't going to do that.
Well,
he
he's
was
not-
going to lip sync, and he was going to kill it.
Oh no, if that's what he had to do,
He was
but-
going to.
The boy dance so good, you forget he ain't singing.
That's
You forget
real,
that.
No.
That's real, yo. He does.
And he was actually doing a good job. It's just he couldn't hit those because
Yeah.
he couldn't hit those.
Yeah, he can't hit that.
couldn't hit those.
Yeah, right.
And I respect you too. You know what I'm saying? But let's go to the other Virginian, Trey Songz.
This nigga.
Yeah.
This ain't the first time I heard about him putting hands on women. So I'm trying to figure out if this is who
First,
he really
enlighten
is.
me. What happened?
Oh, this nigga is an intercontinental woman fighter. Like all the time.
woman
This nigga- He's
fighter?
a woman fighter, sir.
What do you do now?
So
Trey FC.
so
Yo,
saying.
chill.
So it's been reported that Trey Songz got into a physical altercation with a woman in a bowling alley. This woman was an employee of said bowling alley, but from the reports that Trey, they were kind of in a situation over by the bathrooms, and he punched her in her face repeatedly and dragged her by her hair, man.
Trey Songz did this.
Trey Songz. She's spoken to police already. Charges are being filed, but she was able to identify him because, nigga, you're a famous R&B artist. She knew who it was, so she alerted people and to as to who assaulted her. He's released a statement saying that he cannot wait until all the facts are out there and that he will clearly be exonerated. So, I mean, that's confident talk from somebody who just got accused of punching somebody in the face and dragging them. You know, as we've already said, you know, innocent until proven guilty, but you know,
Well, he's
Trey's got a history.
Yeah, he does have
Trey's got a
history of accusations.
Facts.
That I'm still waiting for them to be proven.
Right.
You know what I mean? From his accusations, Trey is a nasty guy.
Yeah.
And but
They say he invented sex. I heard that
I guess that's pretty nasty.
right. Yeah, that's pretty
but at the same time, I'm waiting for these accusations to come to fruition. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
As well as this, he seemed like a pretty confident guy for somebody who just got accused of dragging somebody.
Right.
Like that's a little bit weird to me in
heavy
a
talk on
public
the stage.
space.
Fuck all that. This is my thing. I am tired of these celebrity dudes. Nah, let's just call it what it is. Yeah, this is a segment of the show. I get it. We gotta talk about it. But fuck that. I'm tired of dudes that are in these celebrity positions just trying to take pussy and knocking bitches out and doing all kind of things. Because this is my thing. Yo, you don't have to do these things. But I guess their entitlement issues are on other levels. Now, I'm not saying Trey did it. And I'm not saying, but I feel it's an issue when these celebrities are getting blamed for these kind of things. I'm not talking about the woman, but I'm saying, how is it even getting to the point where your interactions with a woman is even something that can be considered physically threatened, dragging, do anything like that? Like, yo, you already celebrity. They already love you how you are.
So I just want to get the official statement out
Please
there
do,
by
'cause I
Trey.
ain't
You
done
know,
with my
we're gonna fair and balance this thing out, right?
ahead.
Fair and balance.
Cool.
Okay. A source close to the investigation informs us that T.S. Trey Songz has been cooperative with authorities and expects that when all evidence is reviewed, he will be exonerated. This is another instance where those involved try to blame the celebrity with hopes of getting fame and riches.
And what I hear is someone that was around. He got into Trey Songz got into this verbal altercation with this woman, and somebody around, probably the bodyguards, dragged this chick. That's what I'm hearing.
So you said
you have to sue.
she brought the dram and Trey Cha-Cha slid.
Yo, don't do that.
Is that not what happened? That's
I mean, that's what happened. But what I'm saying is what it sounds like from that statement is, yes, she did get dragged. No, it wasn't Trey.
me. Right.
But it could have been Trey's fault.
Liability.
Or at his behest.
Yeah.
Yes.
Definitely
That's-
liable for what happened. Yeah.
But that's a drastic difference from him punching somebody in the face and dragging them.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? And this is what I be saying when you a celebrity to go to kind of address what you just said. When you a celebrity, you become a target. Like what just happened to Chris Brown a couple years ago. Was it last year when the chick accused him of something?
About 2 years ago, said he pulled a gun on her in her house or some shit like that. Yeah,
and then you know he got exonerated of it. And whatever happened to this chick?
Nothing. Right, and that's what
You
I'm
can
saying.
just accuse celebrities of anything.
The recantment is never going to be as loud as the accusation.
Right.
Like, because that shit was all over the news. Like, oh, Chris Brown's going down. Remember, he was holed up in the house. It was a hostage situation.
And that's that's why I said, like with the Trey Songz stuff, he does get nasty with the chicks.
Yeah.
But if it's consensual, it's consensual.
Right.
So when you got all these allegations, I'm waiting for them to come to fruition.
Exactly. That's the same. They had something with Keke Palmer not too long ago that never came to fruition. So,
Yeah, something with Keke Palmer.
Keke Palmer, he said she made him feel. He made her feel uncomfortable.
He made
Keke Palmer feel uncomfortable.
shit. Well, she be tripping. Anyway.
Yo, don't do that. Don't
I'm
do
just
that.
saying, like, nah.
Don't do that. Yo, see, my
What she
thing
did
is
to that movie? Nope.
Yep, that was
Yes,
her. That was
yes,
her.
yes,
That was
yes.
her.
Why.
That was
That's
her.
why.
Hey,
That's why they
You
can't
just
go.
ready to discount off of
That's
that
why
movie.
they can't go. That
No, we
movie
can't
was
discount
fucking
it.
sucked.
We can't discount what she said,
That's all
but
right.
we also can't just pounce on Trey. You see what I'm saying?
Right,
Like when the facts come out, everything lays where it is. My problem is these accusations happen, and then 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 years go by, nothing. We don't hear nothing.
Right.
But Trey is still left with the stigma
Exactly.
of doing whatever he or is alleged to do.
Right.
But when you make these accusations and they go nowhere, then why do we keep holding them to whatever they're alleged to be done?
Because they be paying. They be paying a lot of times. too.
And I understand that. So if you take the money, then he gets to be exonerated.
Right.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, because he's not.
Fresh criminal charges.
Okay, best. So no, play this. That's the whole thing. I pray one of these celebrity dudes never gets to a point where it's like, okay, because we know money's the great equalizer.
Right.
What I'm saying is this. I hope that the behaviors don't continue. I'm not just talking about Trey and Chris Brown. Mm-hmm. I'm just saying you've been in the spotlight long enough.
Chris didn't pay the money, by the way.
No, exactly. What I'm saying is this.
Yeah, he said I ain't paying the
So
$5.
my thing is this.
Never paid that $5.
My thing is this. But not other celebrities have.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But my thing is this. It's going to get funky for that celebrity that these allegations going to come out. And she ain't going to take the money because she just wants you in jail.
Right.
And that's like you said. That goes towards.
Right.
And that's my whole thing.
But that's my problem.
And that's what makes
if they do take the money, then he gets to be exonerated.
Right. You don't get both. You don't get
the
both.
money.
Right.
Make him go to jail.
Right.
If he violated you,
Which
he
is-
should go to jail. He a piece of trash. He should go to jail. But once you take the money, you let him off the hook.
See, and to that point is why, I mean, I know we don't talk sports here, but this is why I've never spoken on the Deshaun Watson thing, because a lot of those females that are in that case didn't want any money. They just wanted him to go to fucking jail. So yeah, it's real
where's
wonky about Deshaun Watson.
All right, so I didn't see the criminal suits though.
I got a few.
Yeah, there were criminal suits. And there were also a lot of civil suits. I mean,
Yes.
I believe he's been exonerated of all the criminal charges. I believe that they weren't
It's
able
the
to
civil
file.
suits that's getting
but
them
the
right now.
civils are getting
Well,
ready to get
because
them.
because civil
That's where
suits,
the money's at.
But
Yeah.
but civil suits are different. You don't have to prove beyond a reasonable doubt in a civil suit.
Exactly. Which is why the civil suit always comes after, because if you get a conviction, it almost solidifies your case for the civil suit.
Right.
But when you don't, you can still take that case to civil court.
So how?
OJ.
I love OJ.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So
exactly.
how did the civil suits get exonerated so quick then?
Well, no, the criminals.
I mean, the criminals though.
Because I don't think they could prove anything.
Can't prove anything.
Oh, all right.
Yeah.
So they going. It's like I said.
But civil is his word against hers.
Especially when it comes to the black athletes and celebrities and stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Fine, we're gonna tarnish your name. We're gonna take your money. This, that, and the third. Now I'm not. This is my thing. I'm more so talking to the celebrities because I'm looking like you got to know that these are some of the pitfalls that are out there for y'all to fall into. And I'm looking like you look around at there's examples all over. You have to make it so you're not in these situations. I don't bring up Jay-Z lightly, but at the same time, I think that when that situation happened with Solange and Jay-Z and the elevator and stuff, and people joke about it all they want, Jay was embarrassed by that.
Oh, yeah.
I'm going to tell you why he was embarrassed. Because for that glimpse of time, I look just like the rest of
y'all
niggas.
right?
And Jay has prided himself for
separated.
I'm not y'all. We don't have. We don't even have the same problems.
Right.
You know what I'm saying, like that. And of course, that's his sister-in-law still and everything. Never mind all the Beyonce songs, the Lemonade, none of that. I don't care about none of that. Jay is like, yo, we're royalty. We don't do that.
Right.
We keep our shit in house
Elevator
at all
footage,
costs.
man.
At
Elevator
all costs.
footage.
Let people rumor to hear these things or things like that. So I think once that got out there publicly, he didn't care. He knew it was enough in this, and
It humanized him.
Huh? It
humanized,
humanized them, but at the
right,
same time, he's like, yo, this is why. But then he got killed for not doing nothing back. He knew the bigger picture. What? I always joke in my mind.
He got killed for that?
And I'm pretty sure, yeah, he got killed.
I mean, he was a butt of jokes, but right. He was the punchline. He was the punchline.
Why didn't do this, that,
yeah, right,
the punchline. He said, in my mind,
if he was really the punchline, then he would have went. They would have been really killed.
Yeah, I used to always say, oh no, Jay didn't do nothing in the elevator. He beat ass once he got home. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, ain't no cameras around here.
No, come here, Slunch.
You thought it was over? Yeah, right. You thought it was over? Like that.
The takeover was playing like, what the fuck? Done.
It's like, we heard this one before.
Yeah, right.
It's a fifth verse.
It's a fifth verse
that you didn't hear nothing
get busy
about.
on this one.
Exactly. So I'm like, these celebrities, they gotta take a step back and start thinking a lot more, especially when it comes to these women. And my thing is, good thing is not a rape involved and stuff like that. You see where Kels is at, and they talk about Kelly is small. He getting out. I don't know
who getting out.
Robert.
It's no
nigga.
It's not possible.
R. Kelly gets out.
No way.
I'm going to turn into the grandfather from fucking New Jack City. I'm going to shoot that nigga in the courthouse. Get the fuck out of here. R. Kelly is never getting out. Not on my watch, nigga. Not on my watch.
Hey, yo.
Fly to Chicago right now, goddammit. No, I found a gun. They laying around out there. Shit's
your soul is required in hell?
Nah, y'all really heard that R. Kelly is getting out?
No, well, they trying to... First off, which one is it? Is his money dried up or not? Because I'll be feeling like...
I've heard both.
In my mind, I'm looking like, once the case is over, they're like, well, you got 30 years. The lawyers are like, oh, damn, man, we tried what we can do. But,
let me go ahead and take
my stuff and go about my business. But I got to believe R. Kelly doesn't own any of his music anymore.
He sold his
He had
sold his catalog.
Yeah.
He had to
liquidate that shit. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
He's fighting for your life. You gonna liquidate all that.
He definitely had to. And I'm just looking like,
who owns Happy People now? I gotta figure that out. Like,
I still listen to Happy People and I play it.
Okay, so you buy R. Kelly's catalog, right?
Right.
You buy it. You now own I Believe I Can Fly, Happy People, Step in the Name of Love. When the fuck are you gonna play it? How are you gonna make any money off of it?
People still play it.
So you off the streams.
People still play it.
Because you can't throw it on a commercial. You can't put it on the soundtrack for a movie.
Happy People?
You can't. It's R. Kelly. You can't.
My thing is this, though. His catalog does consist of songs that he's not on. So he's written a lot of songs that they still do play.
Funny as shit. He just was a TikTok trend like fucking
100%.
last month. He was a TikTok trend.
What song was that?
Out is some, yeah, and the chicks was just doing a little stupid dance move in front of it. That was Kels.
Okay.
That was Kels.
He also wrote "You Are Not Alone."
Yes.
Shit.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, he wrote that. Like, that's not even like
You Are Not Alone.
No, we're not talking
100%.
about. We're not talking
Kels
about.
wrote You Are Not Alone.
We're not talking about, and I'm surprised you didn't know that. I'm not talking about.
Yeah, I'm surprised I didn't know that.
I'm not talking about a hook.
No, I'm talking about the whole thing.
Yes.
He wrote the entire song. Yeah, that.
Yes.
Damn, Kels.
Yeah.
He's a goddamn devil.
He wrote, He wrote a lot of songs. He wrote a lot of joints, man.
He did a lot.
A lot of joints that people don't know that he wrote. You know what I mean? Like
shit. He's the second resurgence of B2K was all Kels' pen.
Yeah.
Bump,
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 bump
Bump.
was
Yeah.
Kel's
Yes.
thing.
Well, they said that whole album he wrote.
You can hear that. You
I
can
said,
hear
yeah.
that.
Gigolo, Nick
Wrote that
Cannon's joint was Kel's.
Yeah.
He had a run.
Yeah,
he had
the
a
kid is out here doing R. Kelly George. He's got some stuff going on.
So you never supposed to listen to Fiesta again?
God, y'all.
That's wild.
You just said that shit and made me want to listen to it. God, this is why I don't get to this conversation. This is why I don't do it. I can't do it. Damn, I gotta hit Fiesta.
So because you all right, so to be clear, so you don't rock with R. Kelly because you have a daughter.
I don't rock with R. Kelly because he's a piece of shit. I couldn't rock with R. Kelly before I had a daughter.
All right.
But it's music, man. And I completely understand, why you want able to let go. Like when you just said, like, I have a thing. When the first time I hear a song, how it affects me, like I get chills. Like the first time I heard Big Pimpin', like I went fucking crazy. The first time I heard Fiesta, I played that shit like 7 times in a row.
Okay.
Because it was just like nothing I ever heard before. And then you threw Jay on the remix, like the shit was crazy. So I understand, but at the same time, it's fuck R. Kelly. Like it's always gonna be fuck R. Kelly.
Yeah, I get it. I do. I get it. I do. I get it too. But one of my favorite songs was "Half on a Baby." Like that was wild. Like I used to have that on a crazy playlist. And before there were playlists, like it was on a CD.
Listen, yeah.
R. Kelly's "You Saved Me." I used to play that every day for about a year straight. Around the time when I was really feeling depressed after my mom's passed. Mm-hmm. I played it every day. Like that. I played this. For a lot of people, it's hard to compartmentalize. For me, it's not. So it's one of those, like, because my thing is, if he did it, we get it. I understand it's a lot of people that were at fault. I just feel, my thing is this. Should he be in jail? Under the law, he is. Right. But he shouldn't be the only one in there.
Yeah, true.
That's my whole thing. He shouldn't be the only. Some of the parents need to be in there. The chick, Dre Kelly is his ex-wife.
Dre
like
Kelly. Yeah, like, still carrying around his last name like a fucking weirdo.
And that's weird to me. That's like loss of Pippin. Like, yo, why are you still using my last name and stuff like that?
Weird.
These chicks out here, what?
Well, they might got kids. They might got kids with the same last name.
The bitch is 55 and 40 and 55 years old.
I
Loss of Pippin.
understand,
They're
but
clearly divorced. What's Juanita Jordan's last name?
I don't know.
Exactly.
It's Jordan.
Not no more.
Why not? She changed it?
It went back to her normal shit.
Did she change it?
Yes, I believe. I haven't heard Juanita Jordan's name
because
in years.
Because she not Juanita Jordan. Like she just at home chilling with millions of dollars. She can still be Juanita Jordan.
Nah, I don't think she's Juanita Jordan.
My mom and dad got divorced. She ain't changed her name.
My mother kept her last name after divorce too.
Yeah, people's is divorced.
Facts. Yeah, they just best friends.
That live together?
No, they don't live together. No, my parents don't live together. Nigga, no. They're divorced. But she did keep the last name.
Yeah, especially if that's the name of your kids. Like, especially if that's the name of your kids. You want the same name as your kids. Right. Like that,
So clearly, there's no money attached to that. Because both y'all motherfuckers.
I also got a little bit of bread. All right, hold on. She ain't getting none of it, but yeah, he got a little.
Like clearly this last name shit.
Did this raised by a single woman ass nigga just going, I found this nigga? What is going on in here right now? I know deep-seated jealousy when I hit. Yeah, call my father when we leave. Call my father.
Hey, yo. Oh, man.
Soft spot right there.
And on that note,
this nigga talking about my father, man. Hey.
And on that note, we getting the hell out of here.
Oh, man.
This is Oshin's View, Willie Negro.
You.
Death of Depths, little brother.
Peace, man. See y'all later.
I'm getting out of here before they roast the hell out of me, especially him. Ocean's View.
We're going to talk about how Ja Rule took his bitch. We're going to talk about that. Now we'll talk about that.